All right, it's the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station, and we are broadcasting live from our audio-visual studios right here in Maryann Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. Welcome to Hard Facts. Yes, but today on Hard Facts, we're going to be obviously reviewing the whole week of I Beg to Differ. In case you do not know what I Beg to Differ is, it's a students' debate championship, and it's not just happening in Lagos. We also bring students from different regions of the country who would come to compete against one another for the crown of the I Beg to Differ champion. Who wouldn't want to be a champion? If I had, an opportunity to go back to be 13 or 12 or maybe 11, I'll take out all these kids. But unfortunately, I'm too old for this. But my name is Maryann, Okon, in case you're wondering. Welcome. Femi Obong-Daniels is here with me in the studio, of course. He's my better half for this show. Only for this show, please. Mrs. Daniels, I love you. Kisses. Mwah. Okay, yeah. Femi, I have to do that.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, I know. I have to do this. I have to beg for your hand on the show, just for, now.
Okay, have my hand.
Take
there
it.
You go.
Well, it's been an interesting week, you know.
Yeah, interesting last couple of days, if you ask
I know.
Highs and lows. You know, when I left the studio yesterday, I was pretty down.
I know, I could tell.
I was pretty
you
down.
left in a hurry.
I just left. I was
You
down.
left in a hurry.
And it wasn't, I couldn't quite say what it was. Another debate that was decided by such a slim margin,
yeah.
1.5 point.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I would have felt any different if the decision had gone the other way by the same measure. You understand? So it's not. It's just that
I think the heartbreaks that come with these competitions are inevitable.
Yeah.
No matter who wins or who loses, it's inevitable. Except the person who loses really didn't do so great. But even at that, you'd hope that someone who's taken out time to prepare themselves for a competition such as this, you'd expect. That they'll bring their A game, but then of course there's a winner, there's a loser. It's like that's how I feel when I watch wrestling.
Yeah. Well, again, I don't feel anything when I watch wrestling. I don't believe anything.
No, I don't watch wrestling these days. I'm talking about when it was real.
Okay,
Rocky.
When you thought it was real, actually.
Well, I mean, it was never real, but you know what I'm saying. The only thing that's real, I must tell you guys, is what's the other one? The kickboxing that we have, Israel.
Boxing is real. Boxing is real.
Yeah, boxing is real. The other one,
UFC, mixed martial arts.
That's the realest thing because you see blood.
Yes, that's real. I think that's
extreme,
needlessly gory.
It's extreme.
Yes, I think,
I'd never date anyone who fought in UFC because I have, but I'm just saying that I don't want your money because I feel they hurt you so much to give you that much money. Maybe it's just me.
Maybe. Anyway, most physical sports are brutal to some measure.
Yeah.
Did you see the ice hockey game where one of the players slashed the other player's throat with the blade in the shoes, the blade of the
skates?
Yes, it was the skate shoes, and killed him.
No! I don't want to see that.
Yeah. So, you never know.
That's brutal.
I've seen the most horrific things happen in football. When I was a young guy, we were playing once, and literally somebody's leg got so badly broken that they were rushing the guy, and somebody else was carrying the leg and running after them. And it's that gory. So that's just the thing. I mean, it's.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
and that's why I do not like contact sports.
Well,
I don't. I've never. Well, I have tried my hands in every sport, but I stuck with badminton.
Yeah, years ago, it was decided that the safest of all the ball sports, physical sports was table tennis. It was the safest.
I think
There's a measure of injury that could happen, but there is no deliberate contact between. But things have happened. Bats have flown off the hands.
There's a high tendency of that bat flying, and that the table tennis bat is very heavy.
Yeah, it is heavy.
It could cause real damage.
Heavy, yes, it's padded, but it's at George safe. But you could still sprain serious muscles on the stretch.
Yes.
Or you could lose balance and hit.
It's unlikely.
So,
we're not talking sports.
Fortunately, I beg to differ. Students' debate has yet to have any physical casualty.
We would not. We pray not to.
A
have
lot
any.
of emotional casualty, though.
I know. I've had to hug so many babies in this studio.
Yeah.
A lot of them just crying because they're kids.
Yeah,
and
certainly.
They wear their hearts on their
Certainly.
sleeves.
And then sometimes it's just stuff just happens.
I don't like to see people cry because it makes me want to cry, and these kids make me very emotional. But welcome to the show. We're not talking sports.
Yeah, there's something to be said about the quality of the debaters themselves. I feel heartened by the quality of the debaters.
Superb.
Superb. Sometimes less is more. Simplicity is beautiful. The way they approach these topics, even those who've lost. We lost the young kid yesterday, Azima.
Very animated. Very.
Yeah.
She's got. I don't know if gumption is the word. I'm looking for the best word to describe her. She's got star power.
You don't want to get into an argument with that one. But I mean, it's just beautiful. Maybe we should just go ahead and relive some of these moments.
Yes, we should. Why don't we start with Oduayo Salami versus Esther Joseph? Let's start with that, Lagos.
If you were building a house, would you hire an 85-year-old architect who refuses to use modern tools? If not, then why do we trust leaders from a past era? Why do we trust leaders from a past era to judge our future? Leadership isn't just about experience. It's about energy, adaptability, and ability to navigate the fast-changing world. Yet, many nations remain trapped under leaders who are out of touch, slow to act, and resistant to progress. Today, I'll prove to you that without age limits, democracy turns into a lifetime appointment.
Ọmọdé gbọ́n, àgbà ń gbọ́, la fi dá Ilé-Ifẹ̀. This is an ardent Yoruba which says the great Ife of Yoruba history was built by the intelligence of both the young and the elders. Also, according to Masmiro, leadership is not about age, but rather a matter of vision.
In 2021, Nigeria's President Buhari, who was in his 70s, spent more time in the UK for treatment. A more vibrant Vice President Yemi Osibajo took over leadership while the president was away. I must say it was a breath of fresh air during the shortest time as acting president.
Leadership is about service, not age. The main goal of leadership is to serve the people. So if anyone is willing and capable of service, he or she should be allowed regardless of the age.
According to a 2021 McKinsey leadership report, experience places at around 55 and effectiveness declines at age 65. Barack Obama was 47 when he became the president of US, and Justin Trudeau was 43 when he was elected the Prime Minister of Canada. These two became highly effective despite their age.
Age restriction violates equal rights. Every interested individual should be allowed to contest for elected position as far as he or she is an adult and fits into the qualification restriction. Furthermore, democracy allows free choice. We all know that democracy is the government in which the people are allowed to pick who they want. So imposing age limits violates the people's right to democracy.
My opponent also said that leadership should be based on wisdom. But I will have you know that wisdom without intelligence, strength, ability, and mental sharpness is ineffective in governance.
The final scoring by 97 to 92.5 points. Congratulations to the winner, Esther Joseph. See you tomorrow, Lagos.
It's how we see them tomorrow.
Yes, so the final debate of Monday.
Yes.
Between Oduayo and
Esther.
There was a lot there. So it was a 4-point difference.
Yes.
4.5 point difference. 97 to 92.5.
Yeah.
Brilliant debate. It was one of those debates where you're like, okay, how is this going to go?
I think we've had that feeling almost all through the week. Like,
yeah,
how's this going to swing?
Yeah.
Especially yesterday, both debates.
There was something about that debate. There was no unanimity amongst the judges in any of the rounds. In any of the rounds. In round one, Chike and Ufoma agreed. Yvonne, digressed. I mean, she begged to differ. In round two, Yvonne and Ufoma agreed. Chike went the other way. In round three, I think Ufoma, who hardly does a tie, had done a tie in round three. Chike gave it to Esther and Yvonne. Okay, Yvonne also. I think on that occasion, Yvonne gave it to Esther. But that's been the beauty of these debates, and I've been equally heartened by the scoring itself, the new scoring format, which gives every student a chance of a comeback. Even the mere fact that you left your opponent in the dust in one round does not mean you should be reckless in the other rounds. Because at the end of the day, it will probably be a 10-8, 10-9, 10-7 if you are lucky, and the other person can cover ground quickly. So it's just beautiful.
I loved how these kids were thinking on their feet. What day was that they used me? They took me to the cleaners.
That was on.
I think it was Wednesday.
Was that Wednesday?
I think it was Wednesday.
Was that not the day we had 3 debates?
Yes.
Probably Tuesday.
No, it was Wednesday.
Was Wednesday? Yeah.
It was Wednesday. No, it was Wednesday. We had 3 debates.
Yeah. Maybe we should just get to it. Let's see other other moments from this week's debate.
Yeah. So you have 4 minutes, and your time starts now.
Imagine a world where children die from diseases that can be easily prevented, where polio leaves thousands paralyzed, where measles causes blindness and death, where smallpox, a disease that once killed millions, still exists today.
We all agree that vaccination is beneficial for children, but should we now force it on them regardless of their individual health condition?
Nelson Mandela once said, and I quote, "The life or death of a young child too often depends on whether he or she is born in a country where vaccines are available or not. Without vaccines, children will suffer and die from diseases that can be easily prevented." The World Health Organization estimates that vaccines prevent 4 to 5 million deaths yearly.
Not all children can safely receive vaccines due to allergy or immune disorder. A study on allergy and clinical immunology study proved that live vaccines can cause complications in children with severe immune disorder. This clearly emphasizes the need for individual health vaccination policies.
High vaccination rates create a protective barrier that prevents the spread of disease and shield those who are most vulnerable to illness or even death. This is called herd immunity. This is the most vital safeguard that protects those who are most vulnerable in society, including elders, those with compromised immune system, and young people like me and my co-debater.
All medical treatments, including vaccines, carry risk. Some vaccines are not given the long-term testing that they need, and some are released out of emergency, like the COVID-19 vaccine. Additionally, in 2017, the Philippines suspended the Invaxia vaccine as a result of severe dengue risk in individuals who have never had the disease before. This clearly shows that not all vaccines are 100% guaranteed safe.
You claim vaccine is not 100% safe and does not go through the proper tests. Vaccines go through the proper tests and various experiments before it's being administered to the public. You mentioned the COVID vaccine. During COVID-19, there was enough materials. Millionaires, billionaires funded the COVID-19 vaccine because it was a huge outbreak and many people were ill. So that was why the COVID-19 vaccine was administered first.
You stated that making vaccination mandatory will make children not to die from preventable diseases. How can you say this when the allergic reactions that are caused from vaccines are actually more dangerous than the disease that are?
That's another debate that ended by 4.5 margin.
Yep.
Timothy losing on that occasion to Ochua. We'll run out of time.
We'll be back after this break. Stay with us.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. on Nigeria Info Daily Winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
It's tasty, creamy, and nourishing. It's original Niger yogurt. It's Fan Yogo. Go for the new Fan Yogo drinking yogurt. Fan Yogo, original Niger yogurt.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
All right, we're back. We're still reviewing the I Beg to Differ student debate round of 16. I must tell you that this particular round of 16 is not like any other. Surprises, heartbreaks, and fire.
I know. And already I'm thinking about the semi-finals, where it's at the semi-final stage where these kids are guaranteed a place in the national finals. And there are some of these kids that you've seen that there's a part of you that just wants to see them in the national finals.
I
know. When
know.
they fall, especially so close.
I know.
The last promo from Sheriff did not help matters. There was a part in that promo that just really does things in for you. The part where maybe would probably
just play.
Get there eventually.
Yeah.
No, we don't have the time to play all of it, but
Yeah.
there's a part where he says who will fall, and that thing hits me because there's just something about it that, good Lord, these kids, and because you've seen them before, every time they step into the room, you know, they bring the smile to your face. You know what to expect, and you also know at the back of your mind that one of them is going to fall.
I know.
Battle of perspective as Ochua Osei Ichue tackles Akinshule Oyindamola on the topic. The federal government's planned National Youth Conference is necessary for national development. Who will argue their way into the semi-finals? Who will deliver the ultimate knockout points? And who will beg to differ the best? The best. Tune in live on Nigeria Info FM 99.3 and Kids FM 101.7 Lagos, and watch the action unfold on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info FM. I Beg to Differ. Supported by Obiwizi, Diamonds and Pearls Travels Limited, and Chrisland Schools. Prize money sponsor, Hollywood College. For sponsorship, email info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ.
You know what? I think that part that I was looking for was said at the earlier stages.
I think it's at the earlier stages, yes.
It's just got tougher. The stakes higher than ever. 8 debaters remain. 4 quarter-final clashes. Only 4 will make it to the semi-finals. On Monday, day 13 of the I Beg to Differ debate tournament, the first quarter-finals kick off with a heated showdown. At 4 p.m., it's a fierce face-off as Anthony Ndukweanaga takes on Esther Joseph, debating the topic.
You know what? Anyway. So here we have come. By the way, I saw you scroll down one debate. Was that the debate? Oh, the debate about girls facing more peer pressure than boys.
Yes.
You know, this debate is one debate.
It was a very funny debate.
It was a funny debate. And maybe we should play. Please, let's play some
because
part.
the guy was advocating for the girl, and the girl was advocating for the guy.
And this is the first time in this debate. This debate this season is the one debate where I did not agree with the judges. Not with regard to the final outcome.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But a particular area of scoring. I think I don't know whether to play that or play this.
Let's play this. And if we're live, by the way, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. So we're going to play you. Girls face more peer pressure than boys. Okay, let's take a listen.
Imagine the silent struggle of a girl whose every glance at a mirror is only a reminder of the relentless judgment of society. I stand with respected educators and mental health experts whose research and personal testimonies only expose how these pressures erode at one's self-worth. Through clear evidence and heartfelt appeals, we must call for a change, a transformation in our culture that allows for these girls to be empowered to thrive unburdened.
Do both genders face peer pressure? Certainly, but who faces the kind of pressure that forces them to make harmful, risky, and life-changing decisions? The answer, unfortunately, is boys, and by extension, men, leading to evidence in systemic neglect, economic rigidity, and enforced disposability.
There's pressure to conform. Everybody wants to fit in. It's only natural. But do you know that girls are more likely to face relational aggression in their day-to-day interactions? According to the APA, girls are 3 times more likely than boys to find themselves on the receiving end of social exclusion and, of course, indirect bullying. So the pressure is definitely there.
Girls have diversified aspirations, but boys face economic rigidity, which leads to 4 times higher suicide rates in boys than in girls. Also, a 2023 Harvard Business study shows financial desperation is more evident in boys, and it produces unethical behaviors which are more evident and mostly seen in boys.
Whether it's through use of makeup, changing their hairstyles, changing their body shape even, there is always pressure on girls to emulate a certain beauty standard. And as a survey done by the Dove Self-Esteem Project actually supports this point, where they said about 80% of girls compare their looks to those of their peers, while only 55% of boys do. According to the NEDA, 60% of girls feel pressured to join a diet, while only 30% of boys feel the same. Whether, of course, it's eating less or eating differently, the pressure is always there.
Male stoicism isn't natural. It is socially conditioned from a young age. Even in Scandinavia and Canada, where gender norms are progressive, it is said that boys are 3 times less likely to seek support or seek therapy than girls. Why? Because girls have support systems that help them that accommodate their struggles. But boys do not have these things. Rather, they are forced to face their struggles in silence.
You mentioned male stoicism. That is, they're expected to be, nonchalant and everything. True, but girls are also held to a similar standard. They're expected to keep up to a certain, shall I say, air of perfection, where they don't always air out their grievances and emotions until perhaps they're at a point where nobody will notice them or their embarrassment.
In your introduction, you mentioned that the pressures that girls face often erodes their self-worth. However, don't you think that boys also need to have high self-esteem? Don't you think that boys also need to have a say on what they want to do with their life, what they want to do with their body? First, you mentioned the pressure to conform, that girls face emotional aggression, but do I also need to mention that boys also face emotional pressures? They are always pressured to be invulnerable. They are pressured to be emotional. They are pressured to be the backbone. They are pressured to be strong so that they can be able to face different situations. A 2021 study shows that the pressure that the society places on boys often causes them to break, and they are not able to voice out their struggles and their situations, which is why we have a 75% male global suicide rate according to the WHO.
And so we have a unanimous decision by 98 points to 75.5 points. The winner of this debate, congratulations, Ifeoluwa Olaiya of Wellspring College. You progress to the quarterfinal. Well done, girl. Well done. Brilliant debate, Maryann. Brilliant debate. Those 2 kids.
I know.
And
somebody said something on social media, Femi, that it's so difficult to defend men.
Yeah, it's so difficult. So here's the thing. The irony of the whole thing is the flipping of the script, where the girl is making a case for the boys and the boy is making a case for the girls. That topic has got to come back. I'm looking forward to that topic perhaps in the
semi-finals,
or perhaps in the national finals.
Yeah.
And hopefully, it will be nice to see if a girl, they say the stars will align and a girl will defend the girl and the boy will defend. I don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, we can't call it, but it would be really good to see him make a comeback.
I think at the end of the day, the girl did enough. Both were brilliant debaters, brilliant minds, and I think the girl won that debate.
She did.
I didn't think that the judging of the boys' rebuttals was actually reflective of his performance. Even though the judges were unanimous, 2 judges gave him 5, 1 even gave him 4.5, which is some of the lowest we've seen in this.
In the competition
because it takes a lot for the judges to go below 7.
Below 7, yes,
you know, it takes a whole lot.
Yeah.
Especially for a rebuttal round. I've never seen that in a rebuttal.
Sincerely, I think his rebuttal was one of the weakest, and I think that he dropped the ball when he got to his rebuttal, because his opening was great, his closing was also somewhat great, but his rebuttal fell face flat.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think what did him in was him prefacing every actual rebuttal with "I agree." You say this, I agree. Do you understand? But here's the funny part of it. And I can understand that he's saying "I agree" put off the judges. But he wasn't saying "I agree" to the fact that, to your point, that...
Yeah, he's saying you're telling me...
Yeah, he wasn't agreeing to the girls saying boys feel more pressure than girls.
Yeah.
He was acknowledging that girls felt pressure, which was exactly what the girl also did, Ife Olua, when she said, "You said this,
but
you see, you say girls suffer this, but girls suffer it too." And if you look at the topic did not say who suffers and who doesn't suffer. It was a case of who suffered more. So what he was trying to say is that, yeah, you say that boys suffer like this. I agree that boys suffer. And then, he then needs to go in and make a strong argument.
Yeah.
The rebuttal was not strong enough, so the girl won the rebuttal round. But I just did not agree that he was scoring 5 and 4.5.
So I think it's also how he went about it. I guess that's what
I agree. I agree. But
I think
he put the judges off. But I think the judges just literally tuned off him in the rebuttal rounds, and but I still think he could have scored a healthy 7. A healthy 7. But that's me. I don't agree.
Well, that's why we're not judges, you and I.
Yeah, I don't agree, and I am well within my rights to not agree.
Absolutely.
And it's probably the first time I'm coming out to say I don't agree with the judges. But but as to the result, I thought the girl did enough to win it. I think that was the accurate result.
She did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even see her defending that much, because she just kept coming. She just kept, pulling the punches.
David reminds me of the guy in season 7 who faltered, Demilade, and then who was brought back by the wild card to the national finals and got all the way to the final. It took Mary Ukeashia to stop him in the final, and that was a guy who was knocked off his stride in perhaps his very first debate in a season. And I think about that. I think if somebody handled David and just taught him, how to tackle this, how to handle this, that's one debater that can be hard to beat.
Yet David is more of a Barack Obama to me, who's not more of a debater, but a public speaker. He'd be amazing at it.
Yeah.
He'd be amazing. If
he ever wanted to do media, I would be very happy to mentor him. If you want to
convince people about, getting up and doing stuff, David's the guy for you.
All right.
Anyway, if you're just joining us, we're still talking about the I Beg to Differ Season 8 Round of 16. We're reviewing the whole week. And I must tell you that our week ended on a high. Because the debates from yesterday were superb. But we want to bring you guys into the conversation before we play the last debate from yesterday. Join the conversation, 0201 277 0993. That's for the males, 0201 277 0993. For the females, it's 0201 465 7190. That's 0201 465 7190. Go straight to the point. We'd love to hear from you. We're also live on YouTube and on Facebook. Post your comments. All right. Hello.
Good afternoon.
I would have been shocked if it was not you, Mrs. Oboli.
Good afternoon, our amiable moderators.
How are you doing today?
On surprises and outbreaks, I know we have not recovered from yesterday's zone and the one in the past. A more outbreak is imminent, so only God will help us.
We'll have to go and take shock absorber.
Shock absorber,
yes.
Mr. Femi.
Yes, please.
I observed that there are no polls either on Twitter or YouTube. Is it deliberate, sir?
To be honest with you, I am not sure. I'm not even sure I've paid much attention to that.
And I don't think the polls affect the scoring in any way.
I remember that.
It doesn't. But anyway.
No, I remember that I had been informed that the polling will be introduced at a certain stage during the debate. I can't remember, but I remember something. I would see with Sheriff. Is the Oga Kwata is the one who just decides whatever he wants to do.
So are we still going to have more wildcard considerations? Because just to give some amazing debaters amongst the ones we've lost another chance to prove themselves. Yes. Your lookalike David, for instance.
Yeah.
His undoing that day was I agree. Oh my goodness. Maryann, who agrees in the debate?
I wonder.
Yeah.
All right, it is well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Boli, for calling.
So if you had rephrased it, you did say that boys suffer more.
Yeah.
Fine. However, do you understand? Which was what the girl did. But the fact that he said, I agree. But, it's easy to misconstrue it to mean that I agree with your point.
Yeah.
What he was saying is that I agree that boys suffer.
Yeah.
However, girls suffer more.
Yeah.
That's all you just need to do.
And that's why I also agree with you that he needs a lot more coaching.
Yes,
because there's several other words that he could have used.
Certainly.
Granted, this is, granted. Yeah. But, nevertheless.
But to be honest with you, I mean, this kid comes from a school that has shown us that they are brilliant. They have a great coach, by the way. And I just think at the end of the day, it's just those little things. I like the fact that some of these debaters are very, very expressive. You could tell the ones, you can easily tell the ones who just respond to the coaching and they just regurgitate what the coaching demands them to do. And you can tell the ones who bring them of themselves into the debate. In any case, it's hard to coach for the rebuttal because the rebuttal round is a very special round. It is that rebuttal round, whatever, if you like cramp, if you like, when you get to the rebuttal, because the rebuttal round, you are responding notes in real time.
So so what that does is it tests your attentiveness, your level of attentiveness, your accuracy in taking the points that your co-debater is making, and also the pace at which you put them down, whether it's in short form or whatever. So you have to be you have to be 100% smart to handle it.
For me, the part that made me chuckle in David's rebuttal, where he was telling his opponent, he was rebutting a point made by Ifeoluwa, and he said midway through the rebuttal, I said, "Why am I even rebutting? Why am I even rebutting that point? It favors me."
What am I saying?
And then he went, and I'm sure the judge would have gone and giving him 0.5. But
judges,
I could see where he was coming from.
Judges who are calling you
out. Fantastic judges.
But these kids.
Yeah, but again, you see, in the heat of the thing, follow. And I think that he will take that lesson if he ever goes into a debate again.
Yes, he will. I don't think this is his last bus stop. I think he wants to be better at it. So I'm guessing he'll take all of these things into consideration. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Hello.
Hello, please. So I'm a male. Oh, this male line has issues.
Oh yeah, be calling the female line. No problem.
No, they agree connect with the call. You know they agree connect.
No problem. Oh yeah, here. Don't worry.
You know they agree connect. On too plenty. On too plenty on the line. That's why.
I think, sir. Okay, Femi, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening to you.
I beg, good evening, my sister.
Good evening.
You now make us be happy. I don't tell my children. I don't set them for the debate. Make them they listen and getting points because one of my second daughter is 14 to 15. I say that is your age. So definitely next round she will be joining them. So that the firepower I'm seeing here, I want to also have it in my house.
All right.
Because I when that girl made at that age, I shock. I say, come on, we are getting elders in the children.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. God will bless you.
Thank you very much. All right.
This program. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. By the way, the mail line is working, guys. It's working. Don't tell me that. It's working.
John Abafi from Obadori says Celine and Hazima's debate reminded me of Chidima and Anthony's debate. These two debates kept me on the edge of my seat. I just used one part of the bomb. He now said it in pidgin. He has sit down. Why you were announcing the results, Uncle Femi? Why did you change the format of your results announcement during the debate yesterday? You announced the diction scores first against the normal format. Yes, it was to increase your tension and. So try and see if I could give you a heart attack.
I know, right?
Because if I went from the normal route, you would know early where the decision was going. So I flipped it.
There needs to be a little bit of suspense here, you know? It's part of the whole show. Tunde here on Facebook Live says, good day, Oga Femi and Maryann. It's always heartfelt when someone has to bow out, especially when you see them picking up their handkerchief to wipe their tears. Mr. Femi, David is one guy you should mentor. He has a voice for broadcasting. I totally second this one. No.
You know what?
Yes.
And I only just found out recently that I actually know the kid.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I've seen him before. I've seen him with my son. Oh. You know, I've really seen them with and it just didn't. I had to go home was it yesterday to ask my son that, because the kid said that he saw me, and when he mentioned where he saw me, I was like, okay. And then I had to go to my son. Do you know a David? And he was like, David. Like, okay. So yeah. Oh. So now that and it turned out that I also know his dad. So yeah. But by and large, I mean, I know him. I don't think he knows me, but I know him from afar. You understand?
Okay.
We don't. So, but the point I'm trying to make is that I mean these kids, and I don't know where the kids are going, but clearly these are kids with a lot of prospects.
Yes, and I think I beg to differ exposes their innate talent, and you can tell. For Mary, I think that girl is going to end up somewhere.
Certainly, you could
WTO,
tell. You could tell,
or she's going to be at the United Nations. But
which of those
going to be a repertoire or something.
Which of those debates that we eventually tagged the barrister versus doctor?
Was it the? I can't remember.
The two ladies.
Yes, and one person was lawyering up. Beautiful. Smokes. These kids. Anyway, we're still taking your thoughts and your comments. Now, the mail line is on. Let's see if we can take a few more calls. I think we have about 4 minutes. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Why are you calling the mail line? Are you a male?
Yeah.
It's revenge.
Yeah. Oh,
you are? Okay.
Sorry. Apologies.
I am.
Okay.
You mistake me to be a female. Okay.
Is it format peer?
People.
Sorry, we mean that we all love in our heart. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Okay. Oh, I am just a teenager.
Okay, no wonder.
I see.
Okay.
Yes. My name is God.
Okay.
Yeah, and that there's that debate that those students are saying that you took jam 3 times, and they were just like they just called you out, like they put you out there. Something that was done off the air. They just put it in the mic, like
you. That's the thing. You can't say anything around children. They can't keep secrets.
Auntie allowed.
Oh my God. I love that debate. Like I wish I could join, but I stink at debating. Like, so if I were to debate,
what are you good at? If you're not good at debating, what are you good at?
Oh, I'm good at singing.
I can tell.
With a voice like yours,
I can tell.
Good at singing.
I can tell. Well, thank you, Godwin, for calling. We appreciate it. Oh, we have to go because of time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Good afternoon, Femi and Maryann. Azima's loss was the most painful for me. Azima is an audacious debater. That's Jide from Ibejuleki, and I agree with you.
Someone here is saying, please give Azima a wild card. I wish you.
Oh, wow.
I wish we could. I wish. You have to pray hard for something to. But I mean, no one's going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah. Good afternoon. My name is Voke. I missed some of the debates, but I'd like a comeback for praise. Who debated against Dora? That was a derby.
Yes.
I think that was the debate. That was the debate that was dragging you.
Yes,
left, right, and
that's
center.
the one. That's the one. You know, these kids, you can't even whisper anything in confidence. These kids will just take you to the washers.
Yeah.
And so let me be like the Senate president. I would like to say here on this show that I did not fail jam because I was an Olodo. It's because my grandfather wanted me to read law. But the law was not lawing. So please, children, fathers, mothers, I'm not on a load. I've got 4 degrees. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
From different parts of the world, you know?
Did jam 30 times.
Femi.
Oh, sorry. 3.
Femi.
3, sorry.
Ufoma is there dragging me. Wrote it 6 times. Ufoma, come out here. Come out here. Even Sheriff. How many times did you write to Sheriff? How many times? People want to come and use me.
Ask me.
Stop it, Femi. How many times did you write?
1.
You're full of yourself. I don't like this.
Merit student, please.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Have you seen my results? All A's. Anyway, I'd like to quickly just appreciate all the parents who have been, pushing their children, helping them, supporting them, cheering them on. The ones who lost, the ones who are going on to the next, level. We want to appreciate you. It takes a lot of time, attention. It also shows great parenting on your part.
Yes.
Because these kids are super intelligent.
Yeah.
And it makes me really wonder what I was doing with my life.
I know. And then next week it gets even hotter.
I know.
Real hot.
Oh.
Real hot. And you don't want to miss any part of it.
At all.
It's from 4 p.m.
Yes.
Starting on Monday, the quarterfinals. All week long, it will be the quarterfinals.
Yeah. And you do not want to miss it. So stay tuned. Now, if you missed any bit of this debate, it's on YouTube. Go on Nigeria Info FM's YouTube or on our Twitter. But go on YouTube, watch every bit of it from the start, the playoffs to the round of 16, and then get ready, ready as safe for what's gonna come from Monday.
This one is from John. He says, "What a debate we've had in season 8. These kids are highly intelligent and brilliant students. Mr. Femi, please bring back Azima Konyisola. I like to hear that girl again, and also Chidima." Is very calm and highly intelligent, but I think Celine will go far in this competition because she is very calm and gives her points clear. Also Dora, she's very good as well. And also Olaya, good with her points. In fact, many of them.
Femi, I must tell you something that really got me excited yesterday was the Whisperer.
Certainly.
I don't know what they did to her.
Dora the Explorer.
You know, the last time she came here, she was just whispering.
She went from Dora the Whisperer to Dora the Explorer.
I know, because I literally had to scream, what happened to you?
It was a beautiful part of the debate. Yeah. We got to go, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, we're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, Femi is going to tell us how many A's he had in WAEC. How many B's?
You don't want to go there. I will drag you on the floor.
Femi.
Because you will so find that I had all A's.
More talk, more. Right after this.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.